Hi, welcome to the Sharam Namdarian podcast. I'm Sharam Namdarian, this is the podcast, and this episode is titled A Verbose Dialogue About Conversation. Now, why do you think I bring that up? And hello, introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name's Joseph Green, and I'm
Yes.
notoriously verbose, apparently.
Yeah. No, I like the way you process language. So this is the point. This is why, okay, because I want this podcast to have more interesting conversations.
Thank
And
you.
I think you're an interesting person.
Wow. Thank
But
you.
the reason why I bring you on is because I guess what I would say is one of my superpowers
Yes.
is I understand and I can see how people process information,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. So, like a guy I work for, he processes flavor in food extraordinarily well.
Oh, wow.
And it's really interesting to see him eat something and be like, tasty. It's like it's
He
a
can taste,
quantifiable.
he can articulate the textures.
No, it's more of a quantity of taste rather than a like he's very good at like making it more impactful.
Yeah, sure.
And maybe textures is secondary to a
Yeah.
quantitative level. What I've noticed with you is I've watched you almost pick your words in the same way this person would have tasted flavor. Like it seems to me, and I'm presuming, I'm very presumptuous here. You might tell me I'm completely wrong. And thank you for addressing the audience with your very sensual gaze. It seems as if you have a, how do I put this into words? An almost deliciousness in the way you approach language.
Wow, that's such a big compliment,
Yeah.
Sharam. Thank you so much.
Is that wrong to assume that you taste language like someone might taste food?
I don't know. I don't want to get too sentimental about it, but you want to take care of the words that you're using.
Yes, there we
Yeah.
go. I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. What do we want to talk about on that
Okay, yeah. So
regarding
that's
that
a big
topic?
topic, right? So, for example, I think one of the things, I guess this is just a side effect of, say, comedy. I don't know if it's you've been like this for your
Sure.
whole life, but
Mhm.
like you've got your joke. Can I talk about one of your jokes where you talk about
Sure.
the Punisher?
Oh,
The
that
Punisher
bit.
joke.
Yeah.
But that is because it's like all comedians, I would say, digest humor in something. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, what's this situation? And you work hard at it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I feel like you've digested in your joke about the Punisher, and we, see Joseph Green to see it. I'm not going to fucking rattle off his whole joke here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it is, I don't know, how long is a bit? Like a 5 minute bit, four
Maybe
minutes,
3 minutes.
3 minutes? All about the word the Punisher
That's
and
interesting.
the two interpretations of it, a childlike interpretation and the situation and the humor of the situation, are then about how someone else then comes into the situation and you're like, oh no, don't worry, daddy, he's the Punisher, and
Mhm.
how the other angle of it sees you in a different light.
Yeah.
And I feel like the way you've digested that, and I've seen you almost pause before words
Mhm.
to be like, yes, no, this is what I want to say. Rather
Yeah.
than myself, who dare I say is a little bit
It
immature with my language sometimes.
it's funny that you call it the Punisher joke
Yeah.
because also it feels a little bit self-indulgent to talk about my own joke. But if you want to
Yeah,
talk
do
about
it,
it, I'm
do it.
happy
This
to talk
is
about it.
it's an interesting conversation. You just have to trust
But
that it will be.
actually, when I think of that joke, you know how a lot of comedians are in the habit of having one or two words for different jokes or
Yeah,
bits they have.
it's the thing.
Whenever I write that bit down, it's never the Punisher. It's always the jumping castle.
Oh, yeah, 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 because
So
that's the whole
because
key
that's
of that.
I'm thinking of like, what's the image
Mhm,
that I want to transmit and communicate to the
mhm,
audience? And the main image is me on a jumping castle with
mm,
all these kids,
mhm,
and that happen to call me the Punisher.
mhm.
And for sure, that like has laughs throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But but I think we're in the practice of thinking what's a funny image, and then what are the simplest words to convey that
Yeah,
image to an
I would
audience.
agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Did you do that with, Luke Kidgel? Was that one? You did that one?
Did I perform it at
Yeah,
Hamer Hall?
yeah.
Yes, I did.
And how did people react to that? Because I heard you talk about other ones, but I don't
Yes,
know if I heard that one.
it went well. Yeah. It went like how I e expected it to go
Like, precisely.
if it goes well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like Yeah, so you're saying you don't necessarily focus too much, like, you're not enjoying, like, maybe there's a projected reality here, or
No, I think it's not the 'cause it's not about the language is only a means to connect with the audience.
yeah.
And so, of course, I'm enjoying the connection.
Mhm,
In those pauses and that space and silent spaces, I'm just playing with maybe a tension between myself and the audience.
mhm.
And different words can do different things, of
Mhm.
course. But if it's all about just jerking yourself off because of certain, I love this word, it's so
No, I'm not
delicious.
saying yeah, that's
But,
not what I'm
no, no,
yeah. No,
I
no, no, I get what you're I'm just checking this as we go along,
sure.
just because this is the first time I'm using this.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that, it is recording, fantastic.
cool.
Alright, keep talking.
Yeah, the words are sort of incidental to transmitting your own spirit to the people in
But
front of you.
do you
That's a wanky thing to say, but
no, be wanky, be wanky.
it's
Love yourself, bro.
that's but for sure, sure, and but that's what I really feel very serious about stand up in that sense. That when you're on stage, you should be trying to communicate, transmit something of your own spirit to the
Mm.
audience, and sometimes words are the best way of doing that.
Mhm.
Sometimes they're not.
Mhm.
It can be a look. It can
Mhm.
be just what your body's doing.
So, in that moment with, say, there, for example, the jumping castle Punisher joke, you're
Sure.
saying trying to translate your spirit. I love translation. I think that's a
Yeah.
transmission is another. What was the phrase? My partner used to be a yoga teacher, and she
Yeah.
used to say that
What sort of yoga did she teach? Vinyasa flow?
no one's ever asked me that question before. I actually don't know how to answer that.
Yin?
One of the good ones. I don't know. I
Yeah.
actually don't know.
Classic.
But one thing she used to say was that people used to pick up on her habits, even though she never told them to. They'd almost read more. They'd change their eating habits
Mhm.
through following her and doing the yoga practices that she
Is your
prescribed.
girlfriend like a yoga influencer as well, or
No, no,
yeah,
she sort of used to be like a local one.
yeah, yeah,
We've both gone from that. We've both been in like life coaching circles as well.
yeah, okay.
But that was pre life coaching. Like she just was, I think, in Queensland, sort of just like a local yoga teacher,
Mhm.
and she just developed a following
Yeah.
through that, and just had an email and just connected with them and
Oh,
stuff like
very
that.
nice.
And so I
I
think
used to teach Kundalini yoga.
you've done everything.
I've done a few things.
You've done a few things.
Yeah.
Just before it was like, oh yes, I was in the was it VFL?
I did play in the VFL in 2004 for
Yes,
Coburg
and then you
Tigers.
also taught what was it?
What did I
Yeah,
teach?
no, you were just saying now. You said Kundalini yoga.
Yes.
That's Kundalini energy. That's
I wouldn't say Kundalini is one of the main yogas either.
oh no.
It's more pranayama based, which is
Yes, please
breathing.
help me. And this is why you were like, what kind of yoga? So
Yes.
Kundalini energy is almost like a sexual energy, correct?
Uh,
But a
I mean,
misconstrued sexual energy.
yeah, I mean, Kundalini yoga isn't about sex or even your sexual energy.
No.
It's about, uh, gee, I'm really.
No, no, no. Good, good, good. This is what I wanted.
It's about
It's a verbose dialogue about whatever I said.
the Kundalini. The Kundalini is an energy that moves throughout your whole body
Yes.
and
Hmm.
through your chakras.
Yes.
And
Yep.
and and the
I want to talk
main
about. Yep.
physical part that or conduit that allows the energy to move is the spine. So
Mm.
you're doing a lot of breathing,
And a
breath
lot of
holds, and
yeah.
yeah, a lot of this
Mm.
just to open that heart chakra.
And maybe this is why when I talk to you, I go, there is an energetic uh dissection of the words because is it about not necessarily sexual energy, but is there a pleasure involved? I don't know. I've
In stand up, of
no,
course.
no, no. In the Kundalini,
Oh, is there pleasure involved?
like, is it an energy that's like people often associate? Because I want to talk about chakras in a second because I find that topic very
Yeah.
interesting. I'll talk. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We can
Okay.
talk about anything.
Because I'll well on a similar. Let's just on that similar note.
Yeah.
I meditate a lot.
Yes.
Often when people ask me, "How's your day been?" I just say, "Well, I've been meditating, and this is
Yeah.
the breakthroughs
What do
I've
you
had."
do for your meditation?
So it's a combination of stuff I've learned from coaching and Vipassana. You know that, which is
You do the
10 day.
silent retreat.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
Um,
10-day silent retreat for Vipassana.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for the people that don't know. But basically, it's just I'm almost just I'm surrendering to any emotion I'm feeling, good,
Mhm,
bad, whatever.
mhm,
I have almost dedicated a small portion of my life to this.
mhm.
For example, it was pre-COVID, whatever the year was pre-COVID,
2019.
2019,
Mhm,
I was like, I am processing my depression. I ran out of money. I moved back with my family
mhm.
and I literally lay down meditating
Wow.
for almost an entire year. My girlfriend calls it the year I lay down.
Wow.
And
Were
she,
you going out with your girlfriend at the time?
yeah, we were together,
Wow,
but sort of like
beautiful
I think we'd
of
broken up. We're
her
getting back
to
together.
compassionately hold the space for you to.
Oh my God, it was the
She must
best.
love you very
Well,
much.
we weren't living together at the time, so I would call her at the end of the day and have so much to talk about, and I was always surprised, and it was my sanity check almost at the end of every day,
Yeah.
and it helped me get through it all. Thank you
Wow.
for checking the microphone.
Still
Um,
good.
but one of the things I observe through my meditation practice is often any process, any emotion I'm processing has different centers,
Mhm.
and those centers, when I look up chakras, are like, oh, that's what I'm going through.
Yeah,
For example, I'll have a breakthrough and it's like it feels here, like I'm
yeah.
meditating on this section, and that's what does
Wow.
it call it? The solar plexus.
Solar
It's
plexus,
where you
it's the
digest.
3rd chakra.
Yeah. See, look at that.
It's,
You've done so many things.
there's I mean, there's a lot of, like, your self-esteem and sense of self-worth is, like, connected here.
Mm.
It's also the foundation of your heart as well.
Yeah.
So, there's a interesting, relationship that, like, proximate chakras have with each other.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I did not know that there was a relationship between them. As in, like, as you said,
Of course,
proximate
because it's
chakras. Is
just
a
flowing energy.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
just the like, ideally, you want your energy to be flowing, you know,
Hmm.
through your chakras. But also, like, realistically in life, some moments, some situations need you to protect yourself.
Hmm.
So maybe it's not
Mm.
always open to have all 7 chakras wide open,
Yeah, you know,
and you're sort
yeah.
of like,
You're privy to the whims and willies of the universe. Can you hold this for a second? I
of
just want to
course.
check that.
Yep. Cheers.
Yeah. And so I think, I think this is why I wanted to sort of talk to you about this, because I watched you when you were emceeing at Red Betty.
Mhm.
There was, I could, it felt like, and again, this is Captain Wankery here, and I do not care,
Yep.
but I'm just prefacing it because you've been like, oh, don't be so wanky, that you enjoy the words that you're saying. You enjoy it. It's pleasurable for you
Yeah.
almost more than what the audience is perceiving.
It's more pleasurable
Is
for
that,
me than it is for them.
or at least you're enjoying, no, how do I put it into words? It's like you're eating the food that you're cooking and
Mhm.
you're serving it and you go, I know this is good, and you're tasting it, but it's almost at a verbal level. There's sensuality in your voice.
Wow, that's so nice. Maybe, I think.
Yeah, yeah, maybe
I
you
hope.
think, I hope it's good. No, because I listen, I watch my things
That's
back.
funny analysis. No one's ever said that to me
Yeah, I
before.
will give you a weird analysis. When I watch my clips back, I actually feel pain in my own voice watching it back because
Ooh.
there's tension here,
Ooh.
and maybe I'm trying to bypass. I've definitely been that in the way, like bypass
What do you think
blocks
you need to
around love.
do?
I don't. It's the show. It's a throat chakra thing, right?
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
you
that.
know this. So
Yeah.
please support me in this. I feel like this is like minds coming
I
together,
I think that,
coalescing.
like, do you want me to talk about you now?
Oh wait, we can.
Like,
So
I think, like, if you're feeling this sort of tension in your throat
yeah.
repeatedly, then maybe there are certain questions you can ask around that of, like, "What am I not saying that
Mm.
could be said?"
Yep. Okay.
And
I
and
feel that.
and ponder that question
Mm.
and see just observe what comes up. You might feel something in your stomach, some apprehension,
I
some
feel dizzy.
you feel
As soon as you
dizzy.
said that, I'm like, whoa.
Interesting.
It feels like a lot of unprocessed thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so just maybe something between your third eye, your intuition, and what you're communicating or how.
Mm.
I'm just talking shit,
No.
speculating.
I
But but it's good to ponder these things.
Yeah.
But to pay attention to what your physiology is doing on stage
Yeah.
because you want to be loose and free and open.
It's tight. My voice is tight.
Yeah.
That's how I look back and I go, "Ugh," and
Well,
it's
you're
like,
the best judge of that.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it's because I watch it and I go, oh, I see the tension,
Mhm.
and I'm now revisiting a trauma that I'm recreating in my throat, of like a
Interesting.
bypassing of something. Or maybe it's because there's a part of me that thinks it's comedically, if I talk like this, like in certain parts, but then it's like that I feel hurts me in a way, actually.
What hurts you?
Like just the like the
The
yeah,
constriction.
the constriction of my vocal
And what
cords.
do you think the remedy is to feel freer in your vocal cords?
Well, ironically, it makes me think a lot about when I was in high school. My cousin's an opera singer,
Mhm.
so the Namdarian name amongst singing people are like, "Oh,
Amazing.
you're like Ben Namdarian, the
Wow.
opera singer,
Wow.
the neurosurgeon opera singer."
Wow.
And so I was forced into singing, where I then learnt how to adjust my throat. So maybe it's ironically like a
But surely using it learning about your own breathing,
yes,
your
but also
diaphragm.
like where you position your voice as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, so there's breathing, there's diaphragm, but there's also like, oh, like when you want to sing higher, you can actually put it lower in your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And ironically, I've been like, oh, I would like to probably bring a melodic thing, which I think you naturally have which I'm projecting onto you with the digestion of your own, the pleasure in your own
Thank you.
words.
I think
You're
just
like, I wish you,
on the
yeah,
idea of pleasure,
yeah,
whether it's spoken or unspoken, it's important to experience pleasure on stage. I
yes,
think
I agree.
that uh, and share it with the people. But
Yeah,
also, pleasure can be used more broadly. It can be like sharing your failure with the audience. What's
yeah,
embarrassing to you? What did like are you shamed a little bit ashamed about? Where have you failed in life? And then sharing this with an audience is a very there's a pleasure to that
mm,
that because you're confronting a part of your own psyche where maybe you haven't, well, I haven't, for example, explored all these things, but then when I'm ventilating it, giving it air and giving it visibility, I'm like,
mm,
hey, what do we think of this?
mhm.
Aren't I an idiot? I'm such an idiot.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
dripping
yeah.
in failure. And they're like, we love this. And, one time I said, I went on one date with this woman. She said something so profound.
Mhm,
And she's not in the performing arts or a comedian or anything. I said to her, I think when I'm performing, audiences love to see me fail. And
mhm.
she said, do you think they love to see you fail? Or maybe when you share your failure, they feel less alone about their own failure.
I what
Should we wait?
uh
Will that
I don't know if that will be in it or not, but
okay.
it's gone now.
It's a
Um,
passing
I have a
thing.
working theory which I cannot back up,
Yeah.
that all humor is three things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Interesting.
it's
What are the three things?
it's a fart, a burp, or falling over.
Interesting.
And
A
the fart and the
fart,
burp,
a burp, or falling over.
yeah, so the
So
fart and the burp,
elaborate on
I
those.
cannot figure out what I mean by that. But it's in my head when I say it in those words, it makes perfect sense. But the falling over is the, like, that's what that is. Like when you fail on stage, people laugh at it because, or when you're not afraid to fail as well. Like when a joke doesn't land and you're like, well, that was meant to be funny.
Yeah, and the thing about, well, we can talk about the fart and the burp, but
Yeah, please help me figure that out.
regarding the falling over, what's also important to note is that you still need to take care of yourself in the falling over.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
uh, I had a very good clown teacher tell me
Oh,
that we're not
when you were
when I was at clown
clown,
school
yes, of course.
that it's not that we're laughing at you falling over the banana peel and hitting
Mm,
your head.
mhm,
We don't laugh if you just slip over the banana peel and you hit your head, but
mm,
we do laugh if you slip over and you fall down. But as you fall down, you can still see us and you're sharing your eyes with us.
mm,
And so, just through sharing your eyes with the audience, literally or metaphorically, we can see, oh, they're okay.
mhm.
They're not totally injured,
There's a
but
safety in
they
there.
have humiliated themselves and they're just sharing that moment. Just they're on the floor like this.
Mhm,
And this is important just to have that moment of transparency about your own foibles
mhm,
and letting the audience see it like, look, I stuffed up. Here I am.
mhm.
But I'm okay. But I
Yeah,
did do a dumb thing.
yeah, and you're
And
aware of it and you're safe.
so this is nice, but you do need to be taking like a base level of care, self-care in order to because if say you just shatter your head, you just crack it open.
Hilarious.
Eh,
Yeah,
a
but
little bit, but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and the idea is funny, but if you genuinely see,
Yeah, someone
you
do that,
have
it's
to
horrific.
take, have some trust in the actual humanity of an audience. That
Mm,
collectively, en masse, if someone just genuinely hurts themselves, they're gonna be like, "Ah, we don't wanna see someone hurting themselves so much."
mhm.
And similarly, if you're being too self-deprecating or too self-flagellating, it can the audience is like, "Ah, we don't mind you being an idiot, but, like, we still care."
Yeah, yeah.
And I think this is like a tension to play with between, a performer and
Mhm,
the audience. Because you need to be able to still, in all of those intricacies, the entire time be taking care of the audience
mhm,
because you're in charge.
mm.
Energetically, you've gotta be making sure everyone in the room is safe.
Yeah,
And it's really on you.
that makes
And
sense.
even if it's a shit show of people yelling and calling out and heckling, it's still you're the one with the conch. You got the mic,
Mhm,
so it's still your responsibility.
mhm.
So but it's fun.
So you're providing safety for them to perceive.
Well, I think they have to feel somewhat emotionally safe just in order to laugh, like just on a base level. If you're not feeling emotionally safe,
Mhm.
then
Yeah, I yeah, people
your nervous system starts to constrict, and you're just less likely to laugh. So
so
you want to prime them. What are the best conditions that make them likely to laugh? And
mm,
if you're having fun and you're experiencing pleasure in what you're doing,
mm,
they're like, "Well, he's
yeah,
he or she's having fun. I
I
might as
can
well try
too.
and jump on the train of this fun
Mm,
train."
yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. I had a response, but I cannot remember it.
But
Um,
yeah, go on.
I was gonna say the fart and the burp. What do you think that is?
Yeah, the fart and the burp.
I
What the
don't know if it's true. It's just I was just walking down the street and my brain was like, "Oh yeah, that's it," and then I haven't been able to do it.
okay, so whether they're both sounds coming out of different
Yeah,
holes,
exactly. Are
and
they accidental? Are
and
they
yeah, and
revelations of
also there's
reality?
something about farting and burping that we don't have total control over,
Mhm.
and
It's a revealed nature.
a lot of comedy is good when the performer is slightly not entirely in control.
Yeah.
It's nice to just slightly don't not know what you're doing.
Mhm.
I mean, I've a thing I do most of the time, which is like never know the first words I'm going to say on stage, so I'm
Yeah.
slightly off balance.
Is that you actually try that? Like, that's what you actively
Hamer Hall, I pretty much knew what I was
yeah, I
going to
was gonna
say,
say at that
and
point, you're like
literally every other gig, I'll never know what the first words will be.
Mm.
So then I have to be. It just forces you to pay attention.
Yeah.
And if you're genuinely paying attention to the audience will feel it. You might say something funny, and they really like, "Ah, wow, we love this." They're commenting on something that's alive in the room right now.
Mhm.
Or you at least demonstrate to them, I'm here with you guys. Whatever's happening, this is unique to us."
Mhm.
And unconsciously, an audience feels nicer about this.
I agree with that very much. I feel like when I start every time I start a set, I'm always like, start if I'm not sure what I'm doing, just start with how I'm feeling.
Yes.
There was one time, it was amazing. To this day, I haven't been able to replicate it. I bombed really hard at
Yeah.
one gig.
Yeah.
And then I came to Dirty,
Mhm.
and I came on just it was like, "In the next act, Sharam Namdarian," and I came on screaming, "I didn't kill myself today." Yeah, and it was this whole thing about how I didn't kill myself. There must be a reason to live.
Yes.
It's like if I find my car and if I go to my car, my parked car, and it's still there, I'm
Yeah.
thankful that it's there because it could have been stolen.
Yeah.
And I don't assume that it will be there.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative. So clearly I must have a reason to live.
Yeah.
And it was this whole thing. It was weirdly crushing. And everyone was like, that's your new opener.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just how I was feeling in that moment. There
Yeah.
is no way I'm not constantly
So
thankful.
that has all the ingredients
Yes, exactly.
of like you're sharing your failure, but
Yeah.
also you're retaining your
There's a fall
optimism.
down.
You're retaining your hope.
Mm,
It's important, even though you've fallen down,
mm,
to stay hopeful.
mm,
Otherwise, if you're defeated, we have no reason to watch you.
mhm,
If you're an idiot who's fallen over, but like, no, no, I'm still brilliant. We're like, okay, silly goose,
mhm.
what you got up your sleeve?
I
And so if you bring in this energy of like, I didn't kill myself. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like a
I'm so
toxic
happy to be here.
positivity vibe.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we think he's a bit of an idiot, but he's happy to be living, and we like this energy.
Yeah, and it was just a really interesting thing. I think the fart and the burp is look, I have a greater theory, which I've kept
Yes.
very close to my chest,
Okay.
but I need to
Here it
start
comes.
letting it out. So my
And he's
perspective
holding his heart chakra as
yes,
he
it's
speaks.
important because it
Yeah.
is very close and deep in my
Yeah.
chest, but I feel like it's time to talk about it. Uh, so in my coaching world, I would often say that we get angry when anger is good
Mhm.
because processed anger becomes boundaries that we get
Mm.
angry when people break our boundaries.
Yeah. My therapist is always going on to
Oh, because
me.
you have constant
He's saying
unyielding boundaries that are
no.
being broken and anger
He's
issues?
saying you need to be better with your anger.
Yeah, okay.
Change your relationship to it. Use it constructively.
Mhm.
Communicate it kindly for yourself and people around you.
Yeah, I think
Because
yeah.
it's such an easy thing to put a veil of shame around
Yes,
and not
yeah.
give voice to.
When I was a kid, I used to have big outbreaks of anger,
Mhm.
and everyone used like Sharm had anger, like just randomly, once every few months, just yelling and screaming and stuff. I remember it, and then as an adult, I'm like, oh, I don't have anger issues because I don't have issues getting angry anymore.
Yeah.
That to me is a more truer statement. I remember I figured this out when one day I was walking across the street and a truck tried to turn
Mhm.
and the truck was too early and the guy in the truck was mad. It was like, He's like, dude, what are you doing crossing the street? And I was like, it's the green person. I can walk. And I realized I was angry at him because he was breaking my boundary of this is safe to walk.
Yeah.
He was angry at me because I was breaking his boundary of I've got to go and this guy's in my way.
Yeah.
And so, processing your emotional state of anger becomes a boundary. Like
Mm.
people in comedy, like running a room makes me angry all the time. And
Mm.
it's because someone's broken my boundary. And once I fully feel it, it's like I'm strengthening that boundary. But here's my theory
Mhm.
about humor.
Mhm.
If healed, big arms for this one, if healed anger becomes boundaries,
Mhm.
healed vulnerability
Mhm.
becomes humor.
Mm. Mm.
And it's an
Nice.
experiment. This is the fun part. You can play this with any joke. Replace the word "What's funny about this" with the question "What's vulnerable about this?"
Mm.
Same answer.
Mm.
It's it's insane, and
Mm.
that's why I've kept it so close. But you can't go running around going, "Oh, what's vulnerable about this?" to come up with a joke. It doesn't like you've got to just be like, "What's funny about this?" or what you're still processing it.
Yeah, I mean, you need to be risking something, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
it's an interesting like knowing it, you can use it as a shield, and that's what I did.
Mm.
Um, the first joke I then learnt from that was, have you heard my 2024 time to fuck joke?
No.
Oh, it's just
What's the bit?
so the bit is, you guys know Instagram notes. It's the Instagram note.
Sorry,
I'll
obviously
do the
do
bit.
the
I
bit.
don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a good opener because it gives people a chance to like know who I am and
Mhm.
learn about me, and it's a slow, gentle thing. But basically, I posted an Instagram note at the end of last year. Instagram notes it's like a Facebook status, but on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
I posted one that said 2024's over, time for me to fuck up 2025.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, but Instagram doesn't show people the whole message if it's above a particular character limit. So for the entire day, I got screenshots. So now this is the anticipatory humor. You go, oh, he's gonna have fucked up. For the entire day, I got screenshots, people sending me messages of what I'd actually posted, which
Time to
is,
fuck.
yeah, 2024's over, time to fuck.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, time to fuck, blah, blah, blah. There's all this stuff about it, whatever. But
That's very funny.
yeah, but the vulnerability there is that I shared a moment of I was very proud of this one thing, but I wasn't aware that I was actually vulnerable in the limitations of technology
But
and things like that.
also, what's funny is that your intention was to share this vulnerability.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna,
was. It was
I
one.
fucked up this year. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
But actually,
Yes.
what presented to the world was this audacious statement like 2025, time to fuck everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Sharm's on the town.
Yes, and that's the whole. That's the yeah.
And which wasn't your intention.
No.
So this is very funny.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's the clowning and
Yeah.
how you'd process it. I'd say it's the vulnerability
Yeah.
of, oh no, I didn't mean that. For me, I am trying. A past version of me was always trying to make sure that the image I
But
presented.
then a
to the
part of you
world-
like, maybe it is.
yeah,
time
maybe it
to-
is time to fuck. Yes, which is funny because I think because I'm in a committed relationship.
Yes.
I don't know how to make. It's like, oh, it's been a wonderful year of committed sex, and it's like, well, it has been. It has been a very
Mate,
wonderful year.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
so
How's
nice.
your year of? Are you in a
I'm
relationship?
not in a relationship. Yeah.
Do you have the time? By the way, do you have a watch?
5:28.
Okay, we got
Yeah.
plenty time. Oh
Yeah.
my god, we got so much time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I think that's interesting because with your
That saved me that time thing of like, are you in a relationship? No. What's the time?
yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, because are you? Oh, thanks for bringing it back up. Because with the Punisher, the vulnerability there, if
Okay.
you play that experiment, is the vulnerability is on one end, these children are enjoying you, calling you the Punisher,
Mhm.
but actually it makes you look like a bit of a pedophile. No, I don't know if
It's-
that's the thing, but there's a different interpretation.
Yeah, it's I don't know, like
That's too
for-
harsh of a word, I
for,
would say.
for
Maybe.
me, it's interesting if people have that interpretation because I do.
What's your?
I mean, I do love like playing with kids, which out
Okay.
of context.
Yeah, out of context.
People are so scared to say, "Oh, don't even say that," but it's like
Yeah, it's in a modern. Yeah.
kids most of the time are very free and
Mm.
uninhibited and play very well.
Mhm.
Like they commit to an imaginary world and a game, and they play with complete commitment. And
Yeah.
that's what we need to be doing more. Like
Yes, I agree with that.
as comedians or just as human beings.
As humans, I agree.
But for me, uh, the bit of the jumping cast was like, oh, this is me just getting on their level and playing the game. And
Mm.
what's the game? Oh, I. They've called me the Punisher. What do I have to do? You got to punish us. All right, you've been punished. You've been punished.
Yeah.
No, you got to.
You don't want to ruin the joke, but
But
there's more to it than that.
It escalates. So, and I just I just play, and I'm always committed to the parameters they create.
Oh,
A
interesting.
and, it's always at their behest that they're like, "No, no, this is how you play." I'm like,
Yeah, this
"Okay,
is the thing.
I'll
Yeah,
play
kids are like that.
I'll
They're like,
play
"You're
this
doing it
way.
wrong."
If you want me to play this way, I'll play this way." And for a lot of people, be like, "Oh, that's inappropriate now because 'cause you're, like,
Mm,
picking up children just willy-nilly."
mm.
And
Especially children you don't know.
yeah, so but for obviously the sometimes you have no idea what's funny or how or why it will be funny other than, "This was a fun thing I did. Let
Mm,
me share the fun thing
mhm,
and see if people laugh at any of it."
mhm.
And
That's how it escalated.
if they laugh at I mean, it's a true enough story that I
Yeah.
was playing with these kids in a jumping castle and the only adult and throwing them around.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, how can that how can this
There's some dogs fighting.
how can this be a bit?
So we'll just
So
wait for the dogs to finish fighting. No, that's all right.
so
You can keep going.
but most bits have a sort of like internal game to them as well.
Mm.
That um I don't know what the vulnerability is of the jumping castle bit or the Punisher bit. What do you think the
Well, I
vulnerability
think
is?
it's the like you're because you are right in the
That I'm
sense that
risking being like a threat to kids, do you think?
no, it's the misinterpretation of adult behavior with children.
Yes.
You said it perfectly. We like as adults we're almost unable to play. And
Yeah.
then we start to play and kids have this intense world and you enjoy the thing, but we're almost afraid to be seen enjoying
Yeah.
especially I don't know
Yeah,
in
it's like
this modern time.
yeah, people don't wanna be seen to be having fun or playing
Yeah.
or committing to, like, a children's game.
Yeah, so there's not only that the vulnerability of actually being like, no, I will commit and I will enjoy this, but also the foibles of potentially being seen as I don't know, just a creepy man with kids. I guess is
Yeah.
what I've seen
Yeah, and
in the
I
market.
guess I'm aware that that's an interpretation that could be made,
Yeah, but that's
but
not your
I
interpretation. I
feel
would say.
so confident that, like, I'm a safe guy
Yeah,
or
you
so
are a safe
that
guy, and I think that's the thing.
and that I'm playing innocently and with curiosity and the right spirit
And
that
that's the healed vulnerability because
yeah.
you're not saying that you are actually vulnerable in that way. You
Y
are safe. It's vulnerability plus safety. I would say.
yes, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Um, but it's 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 fun, I think. It's
yeah.
to, like, be sharing these, like, fun things, whatever they are,
No, yeah, I agree.
and, uh, if something is, like, curious to you and giving you pleasure, then it's and especially if it's something, like, you've told to 2 or 3 people, then most of the time as comedians, like, "Oh, I keep wanting to retell this story.
Mm.
I should probably share it on stage and
Hmm.
see."
I have this my partner has explicitly stated that I cannot state anything that's actually about our sex life,
Oh, wow.
but there are many things because we laugh so much together
Yeah.
that there are many things that I would love to talk about, but cannot
Oh, wow.
on in a public forum. And
Yeah.
so this is the most that I will,
Yes.
especially in a recorded thing.
Just to touch that there's a boundary that you've
If there is a
established with
boundary,
between yourselves.
um,
That's good, that's healthy.
yeah,
It's
and
clear
she will. A
communication.
thing will happen, and she's like, "Please do not mention this."
Yeah, okay.
Even to the point with this podcast, she's like, "You cannot decide the name. That is something I would never publish online."
Yeah,
But that's different people for different things. I
yeah.
find it's a fun thing for me to figure it out. What do you think this podcast should be called, by the way?
It should have the.
Why?
It
Please
just
support me.
I don't know,
Give me
just there's just like a cadence or musicality of the Sharam ba ba ba.
yeah.
Maybe it's a familiarity with other notorious podcasts that have the preceding the name of the person,
Mm.
but I don't know, it just sounds better to me.
So I
What
think
do you think? That's
s-
the most important thing.
so I think you're right in the sense that the is an anchoring word.
Yes.
So it's like you don't know what a Sharm is, but you do know what a the is. So the prefacing the Sharm says this is either something of noteworthiness or the next thing is going to be I guess, a pronoun.
Mhm.
So it gives you interpretation of that
Yeah.
following word. So
Yeah.
the Sharm is like, oh, that's a pronoun. Then,
It's a noun, isn't it?
oh, now no, but a pronoun is a name.
A pronoun
Am I wrong? Am I
is
wrong?
like he, she,
Oh,
they.
I'm wrong. Okay, so
Yes.
just a noun then.
Your name
Proper noun. Proper noun.
is a noun. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
And
but is there a word for naming names rather
you
than?
can, if you want to be specific, you can say proper noun.
Okay.
But I think your name is
Okay,
is
so just a
is a
noun.
noun.
As
Yeah.
opposed to if there was no the, Sharm could be anything.
Yes.
Yeah, especially with the way.
And it's your full name as
Yes,
well.
exactly.
So that creates more clarity
Well, mostly
too.
because DJ Sharm has just anything Sharm.
Of course.
DJ Sharm, my
Yeah.
arch nemesis,
Yes.
doesn't even know it.
Yeah.
He's a DJ in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He has Sharm.com. He has other just simple, just anything that is just Sharm.
Yeah.
His podcast is called Wildcast, the official Sharm podcast.
Wow.
So that's why it's not called just the Sharm podcast.
Yeah.
Because he's got the Sharm official in his. I'm going to give him
Interesting.
so much business in the future when I'm
That's good.
eventually more on something.
Yes.
Like, as things go up. Yeah, I like just Sharam Namdarian's podcast, apostrophe S, mostly because if you would say, oh, what podcast were you on? I was on Sharam Namdarian's podcast. Oh, what's it actually called? Oh, no, that's the name.
Yes.
Like it was just, like there's nothing more to it. It's just literally audio and maybe a visual component.
Yes.
And I liked the simplicity of that. Sorry, I
Mhm.
just spat on you.
That's okay.
But I don't know. I think I'm eventually going to get burnt out by the whole, like I'm down to I've had a lot of names. It's so many.
I feel like you don't want to use the. You just want your name apostrophe S podcast.
Yes, but then there's also, I've been arguing with AI about this. Thank you for being on this journey
Yes.
with me. Is that I like what's good for SEO? And it's like the
Sure.
apostrophe S isn't bad, but the clarity of having no apostrophe S is slightly better for, dare I say, brand recognition or something. Like and also some SEO things don't recognize.
Yeah.
The
In the
apostrophe
end, you
gets
have
taken
to
out.
sort of take a leap and
Yes.
trust your own instinct.
Oh, do you know why I know what I'm doing with this? Is that when I was a coach, I changed my name for 3 years.
Yeah.
Harvey Hook was the name I went by.
Yeah.
We've spoken about this.
Your audience knows Harvey Hook.
No, but maybe they do. Some will, and maybe they'll have heard. Whatever. We'll talk about it later, everyone.
But he had a name, Harvey Hook.
Yeah,
an
for
alter ego.
yeah, alter
essentially.
ego, and so identity crises are in it's unprocessed identity crisis.
Interesting.
I know I'm manifesting some unprocessed shit that needs to be processed through the naming of it. That's why I don't have any issues with the names of the episodes.
Yeah.
It's just the overall name. I am dealing with the past unprocessed self through just whatever this is called.
I think you just make a commitment and like.
I can change it later.
Yeah, but like.
I change it every week.
Or not, but just
Yeah.
make whatever feels truest
Yeah.
to you without even, you've had the consultation with AI.
Yeah.
And now with all the information it's given you, you have to be the ultimate arbiter of what you execute on.
Yeah, and that's
And then everything else will flow.
yeah. I shall.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we can wrap this up here.
Good luck
Anything
in
you
the
want to
endeavor of.
say to the people?
I'll have a show next year.
Oh, okay. Do you know what it's called?
It's probably going to be called
The Joseph Green Podcast.
No, Mushroom Lady and the Clown.
Oh, beautiful. That's a name that inspires imagery and also you're anchoring it in the Mushroom Lady.
Well, I worked on the trial. I don't know if you're aware of this.
You've made jokes about it, but I never.
You don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, no.
It's
Don't
funny.
tell me if it's true or not. I don't want to know.
It is true.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you, it is true.
Okay.
I worked as the associate to the judge, and I resigned on the eve of the trial to go to clown school. So this is the premise of the show. So stay tuned, please. Thank you. Yeah.
You really?
Yes.
I thought clown school was like 5 years ago or something. You're like, I went to clown school. Was a recent
Clown school is continuing. Sharam.
Okay, don't stop
Yeah.
clown school.
You never stop learning as a clown.
Okay.
You should know that of all the people.
No, I don't. Apparently, I don't. All right, and cut.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. There we go. Look, it works.
How long?
29 minutes.
That's good. Is that the sort of time we were aiming for?